Hello, hello, my friends. I am back with another candle review for you today. This is HOMEWORX Apple Pie Cookie. Now, this is one of their standard 4-wick, 18-ounce vessels with the beautiful photographic wraparound label. I have talked at length about how much I love HOMEWORX's packaging when they decide to go with this, I should say, this style of their package. I know in the past they've had some of those like white band wraparound labels, and I'm glad to see that I haven't really seen that too much as of late. I think a lot of customers really appreciate this type of label because we do get that beautiful ambiance from the like that luminary effect going on with the flames in the background, and it just really, they do a really good job with the packaging. Let's go ahead and talk about the fragrance notes on this candle. As always, I will make sure that the fragrance notes are listed down below for you, as well as the information about my home layout, because we all know that while fragrance in and of itself is very subjective, other aspects of a candle review, such as the performance, how well a candle travels, etc., can also vary greatly depending on somebody's home. So make sure you check that out down below if you are not familiar with that. Also, I do just want to say, if my voice still sounds a little bit raspy, I am feeling fine. I can smell fine. However, I was sick about 2 weeks ago, and I just have like lingering drainage. That's the best way to put it. So I hope my raspy voice doesn't bother you all too much, but it just is what it is at this time. All right, apple pie cookie. We have listed on the bottom of the candle, the fragrance accords listed are warm baked apples, brown sugar, sweet vanilla cream, freshly ground cinnamon. My candle has a pour date of May 7th, 2024. Now, I am going to go ahead and list the top, middle, and bottom notes that are listed on the Slatkin & Co. website. This has top notes listed as melted butter, freshly ground cinnamon, clove buds. Mid notes of baking apples, Honeycrisp apple, Macintosh apples. Base notes of brown sugar, sweet cream, Tonka bean. So what does my nose detect on this candle? I definitely get an apple fragrance. That is definitely for sure. And it is an apple gourmand. I also do detect some of the density that would come with this being more of an apple pie cookie. Now, truthfully, I can't recall if I've ever had an apple pie cookie. I don't believe I have. I mean, if I have, maybe it would have been so delicious that I would have remembered it. But there is something about this fragrance that is a little bit different than it just being your standard apple pie, because I do feel like there is a density of maybe if you're looking for like a good crust note in there, that is in here, but it definitely comes across a little bit more cookie-like than an apple pie. And I do think that is because of the top notes of melted butter. Butter in and of itself would lend a little bit more depth and density, I would say, to a fragrance. We also have some of that brown sugar and sweet cream and tonka bean in those base notes. And I do feel like that also lends a hand in making this just a little bit more of a twist on your typical apple pie fragrances. In terms of it being like an overly apple spice type of fragrance, no, it's not too heavy on the spices to my nose. You can definitely detect them, but if you are somebody who really steers clear of super spicy fragrances, you don't really need to worry about this one. I feel like the apple fragrance in here is balanced out really nicely with the cinnamon and even the clove in here. It's not an overly heavy clove fragrance. Like, I do know that there's a lot of other fragrances that I pick up clove from. So for example, like Bath and Body Works pumpkin and clove, there's definitely that clove note in there. If you like HOMEWORX's winter fireside, you smell clove balanced out with like smoke and incense. But in this fragrance, while it's there slightly, this is not a clove forward type of fragrance. And then, of course, you have those mid notes of all of the apples, those very tart, very sweet apples. I would definitely say that those accords are in there. Now, the fragrance is really nice, but let's go ahead and talk about the performance, because if you happen to have caught my, I did basically my early September candle chat, and I was sharing with you guys candles that I'd recently hauled and started to give you some like immediate post-burn thoughts. And I was telling you guys that this fragrance is one that I have waited for quite some time to burn this one. I mean, I've been burning it, but it's taken me quite a while to get around to doing a dedicated review. A, because I was sick. B, also because I was experiencing really varied performance on this candle. So I am going to go ahead and lift it up and show it to you. You can see that I am getting close to, I might have maybe one more burn in this candle after, I don't know, maybe one or two more burns after this. Now you can see that the flames are very good. The wicks right now are performing quite well. However, I did talk about in my early September candle chat video that the wicks, when I initially lit this candle up, I had to extinguish them after about 2 hours because they were wild. I mean, I was getting really high flames and the wicks themselves were developing a lot of excess carbon on them. I will tell you that after the third burn of this candle, they did seem to calm down. I did trim all of my wicks after each burn. I usually don't trim my wicks on the first burn. That's not what I do, and I don't think HOMEWORX recommends doing that either. But the wicks were looking pretty wild for me, so I don't know what was happening. That the wick performance has also gone hand in hand with what I am picking up in terms of strength and throw. So when I initially lit this candle up and the wicks were pretty wild, the fragrance itself, I would say, was probably around like a 6 in terms of the strength. Same with the projection of it. I had it burning in my open concept living room. And while I could smell it, it was more of like a medium strength and throw. It wasn't super strong, which honestly caught me off guard because a lot of these apple pie type of fragrances, sometimes they can be very strong, especially if you have a fragrance notes listed in there, such as cinnamon or clove. Those might want to overtake the apple fragrance. And like I said, because this fragrance is so well balanced out, maybe that's why it wasn't super strong for me. But I wasn't getting super strong performance of it, but at least like I could smell it in the living room. It kind of wanted to stay in the living room. It didn't project out into the kitchen. And then when I lit it in my bedroom on the following burn, I found that it was still probably around that strength and throw. Now, reminder that my bedroom has lower ceilings and is obviously a smaller room than the open concept living areas, but I could still smell it. However, starting on once the weird thing is once the wicks started to settle down, I also started to notice that the fragrance settled down and not in a good way. Right now, you guys, I would say that from this point forward, the experience I've had with this candle, I can't give this one, it went from a medium to very, very low. I would rank this candle for me right now as about a 3 in terms of strength and throw. I can barely smell it in the bedroom when I light it. I can't even smell it out here in my open concept living room. In fact, I lit this candle this morning. I had to go run an errand. I did have somebody else home. And when I walked back into the house, I couldn't even smell it. I was like, oh, I have a candle burning. Like I couldn't even smell it. So the performance has been very disappointing for me. I don't know if something went awry with this batch in particular. I don't really know, because I do know that another reviewer or another ambassador who has had this candle, my friend Fiona, she says hers is performing really, really well, and she didn't have any of those wick issues. So I wish that I could say that this one is a winner for me, but because I am not having great performance, and truth be told, this is not a fragrance that is so unique to my nose that I feel like I need backups of it, I can't give this candle 2 thumbs up. Either way, the fragrance, if you tend to like apple pie fragrances, sure, you would probably like it, but in terms of the performance, that's where this review has kind of just gone south for me. So I don't know, you guys, feel free to comment down below. What has your experience been with this candle? Is this one that you have had your eye on? This is currently available on the Slack & Co website. I am a brand ambassador for HOMEWORX, and I do have a discount code with them. It is Katie's Joyful Life. It should save you 15% off of your orders over $40. Usually can't be used in conjunction with sales, although I did see on their most recent sale that they were allowing rewards codes to be used, so that is good. That's a good development. But Just if you happen to be shopping on the brand website and you don't have any other discounts that you can apply, I do have that discount code. It is an affiliate code, so please only use that if you are comfortable doing so. But yeah, you guys, I can't give this one 2 thumbs up just because the performance on it has just been very poor for me. The fragrance is nice, but it's nothing earth shattering. And so, yeah. Please feel free to hit thumbs up if you found this video helpful or if you enjoyed it. Also, consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I like to talk all things candles here. I do a lot of dedicated reviews like this. I have quite a few of them to catch up on, to be quite honest with you, because of my illness a couple of weeks ago. But I also like to do hauls, empties. I cover new releases. So we've got all kinds of fun candle stuff to talk about here on my channel. So if you want to stick around for that, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.